This is Watson Michael from Ceylon Institute of English and Leadership. And I've got with me the greatest coach in the history of combat sports, Dewey Cooper, with me. And Mr. Dewey Cooper. And Mr. Dewey Cooper was a professional boxer, was a professional mixed martial artist, and a professional kickboxer. He's one of the greatest fighters of all time. And the late 90s and the early 2000s, he dominated. And in 2008, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame of Martial Arts. And he's a 9 times world champion boxing coach. Also, he has coached a lot of fighters. You might know the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC, and PFL, and the later. So, and many other mixed martial arts companies. He has coached a lot of students for them. And and I can go on and on and on. The list continues. And the most notable students he has ever coached is Francis Ngannou. I'm sure many of you all must be knowing Francis Ngannou, the greatest heavyweight champion of all time. And he just recently he knocked out Stipe Miocic, which is unbelievable. And he knocked out a fighter, also undefeated fighter, Chaisin Hope. He was undefeated that time, and under Dewey Cooper's training, Francis knocked him out. And Gregor Gillespie, he was another undefeated fighter in UFC, whereas Kevin Lee gave him his first defeat. And I have him here with me. It's such an honor. Big brother, I call him Big Brother because he's like a big brother to me. So, and he's a great person. He has made actually time today to come for this interview, and he's coaching. One of his students will be competing tomorrow night in the UFC fight night. Yes, Big Brother, over to you. If you could just say hi to all your fans and just give a brief introduction if you would like.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Dewey Black Cooper. I'm a retired 2-time world champion kickboxer, 9-time world championship winning coach. I've trained fighters in the likes of Francis Ngannou, Kevin Lee, professional boxers like Babu Shumanov, Jesse Vargas, Jessica Rakosi. I've trained so many great fighters. Gosh, I've trained so many guys. If I go through the list, I'll be here all day. But right now, currently training Francis Ngannou, Kevin Lee, wrestling Hall of Famer and PFL fighter Bubba Jenkins, who just beat the 2-time PFL defending champion former. I'm in the UFC bubble right now. My fighter, Yuan Kutaleba, Yuan the Moldovan Hope Kutaleba fights tomorrow night on ESPN2 on the main card of the UFC show. Hey, I'm just blessed to be here. By the way, I also currently train French boxing heavyweight Carlos Taku. Carlos, WBO ex-WBO heavyweight world champion. Also, he's from Cameroon, much like Francis Ngannou, and he's another big, strong guy. Pleasure to meet you all. Thank you for the support, and I appreciate being here on the interview today.
Thank you so much, Big Brother, for making time on this interview. And so we have a lot of students, Big Brother, because we train them with English language, and we train some students with customer service, mainly in Sri Lanka. So from your experience, I mean, could you describe like how we can, because you're a great father. You have been bringing up your daughter very well, and we know you're very strict as well, and you know the word discipline. So if you could just describe how our youngsters today can be a bit more disciplined and how they can make time to study, some motivation from you.
Yes, well, in case a lot of you guys don't know, I'm a college graduate. I went to University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and I graduated from Santa Monica College. So I'm really into school also. I'm a martial artist, but I'm big into the books. I have a 15-year-old daughter. She goes to Bishop Gorman High School here in Las Vegas. It's one of the top high schools in the entire country of America. It's owned by the Fertittas. The ex-owners of FC, and it's a private school, and it's very, very, very high education, college preparatory high school. My daughter has a 4.2 GPA right now. She's a grader, 15 years
Brilliant.
old, and she's starting on the varsity basketball team. So she's a student athlete. And what I would say to the youth, laziness is something that just cannot help you. Laziness, very few lazy people are successful people. You have to be willing to allocate your time properly and put in the necessary work you need to put in to be successful. Because there's a lot of people on this planet. There's 8 billion people on this planet right now.
Absolutely.
What's going to make you stand out is your hard work and the relationships you cultivate during that journey of the work you're putting in. It's very important. No one likes a lazy person because laziness shows you have no self-discipline, no self-motivation, and no internal drive. And these are 3 characteristics that are imperative if you want to be successful in life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I have noticed many feeds. I've seen you always working, always training, and you train your students even during adverse weather conditions.
Yes,
And even Shao after school, I have noticed that you train her till late evening, and even her friends they come. So if you could just because nowadays if you see if it's just raining out, some people like they are feeling lazy to go out and do their day-to-day work. And then at times we see people like once they come from work, they're so bogged down that they don't want to do something which they really love. So they just probably have some sort of a drink, or they just have their dinner and they just go back to bed. So it's just some sort of a thing which you can enlighten.
well, in life, you have 24 hours in one day. And how many 24 hours do we have in a lifetime? Some people have very short lives. Some people have very long lives. This is unpredictable. Therefore, we must live these moments and fulfill them as good as possible. So what I say, I don't like wasting time. Time is very important. Earlier, I said you must allocate your time. Of course, we need relaxation, we need recovery, and we need recreation, but you have to allocate those times properly. The most important thing we should do is accomplish things daily. So if we have to go to work, we'll accomplish that the best we can do. If we have some extracurricular activity, we'll accomplish that the best way we can. After that, once all the business is done, all the work is done, then of course you have your fun, you have your recreation, you have your activities, whatever you like. If it's sleep, go to sleep. If it's hanging with friends, hang with friends. If it's going to a party and dancing, go do it. Just don't make the extra time most of the time. These things are rewards for the hard work that we do. Hanging out with friends and having a good time are all necessary, but they're rewards after the work is done, because no one likes being around a person that's unmotivated. So if you want to have the friends and have the fun, the more work you do, the more successful you become, the more that is at your disposal anyway. So if that's your motivation, you should definitely work hard, because the more you do, the more doors will open up for you in all aspects. So everything boils down to passion within you. From that passion stems your motivation. So I meet a lot of young people that really don't know what they want
Mhm.
to do, that really aren't passionate about anything. All I can tell you is close your eyes, really be true to your inner self, and you will know the
Absolutely.
answer do. And once you do, use that passion to motivate you to work hard and become successful at that. There's no one special in this world. We're all the same. We just have some people know how to really take their passion and create this outstanding world for themselves. And that's the only difference. We all can do it. Anyone can be a champion like me. Anyone can do this, but is anyone willing to put in the hard work that's necessary to obtain it? And that's the difference.
Wow. Brilliant, big brother, brilliant. I mean, this is the kind of message even you have enlightened me with certain things. I mean, I have been in touch with you for quite a long time, but the way you
Yes.
said it, and because motivation sometimes it comes, and then it dies. But now sometimes when I see your post, you say always like we're working. So that actually motivates me. I mean, and it motivates. So, and I have mentioned about you to my family and my close friends. And like when I show you stuff and all, they're also quite inspired because you have that determination in you where you always come. It's down from the heart and
Yes.
you always motivate everyone. It's very strong. And you have a lot of students, a lot of fighters, boxers,
Yes.
kickboxers, martial artists, and you have a
Yes.
wonderful daughter. And you still have time for fun. How do you balance it? You manage your time. You have good time with family. You have good time with your students. So how do you balance it overall? It must be a big challenge, especially with a busy person like you. And when you
Oh,
have Francis Ngannou, who is a predator and he's the best heavyweight champion of all time. So how do you like balance your time? And you have a lot of good fighters, big brother.
one thing I do, the word work, the word
Mm-hmm.
work is a fun, happy thing in my mind. Some people look like work like it's excruciating or it's strenuous or it's painful. I look at work a whole different way. Work makes me feel like I'm alive. If I didn't have work to do, I don't feel like life would be the same. So I love to work. And like I said, everything starts from within you. I have a passion for what I do. And with that passion is something, by the way, that can't be misinterpreted. It's like energy, right? It can't be destroyed. It only can change different phases. It could be solid,
Oh,
it could be gaseous, these type of things. That's what passion is for me. Passion is something that's within you. It's that dark matter that builds to create you. As long as you live through your passion, you never get bored of it. It's not a seasonal thing. You're always motivated to do it. So every day you're like a new being, just enjoying what you do. And the term work now doesn't become like, oh, I can't wait till the weekend. Oh, I can't wait till this is over. Work becomes the thing I actually love to do. It sounds cliche, but I truly love to work. I love to help people become greater at what their dreams are. I love helping guys realize that they are world champions, and then we obtain those goals. I just love the act of improvement. And remember, I have something that I call Dewey's D's. It's
right.
called Dewey's 6 D's to Destiny. And
Wow.
I chose this title very carefully, and
Yeah.
it works in all aspects of life. My Dewey
Mm-hmm.
6 to Destiny, and that's dedication,
Uh-huh.
determination,
Wow.
discipline, devotion, desire, and drive. Dedication, determination,
Uh-huh.
discipline, desire, and drive. All 6 of those D's slightly mean something else, but they are all components to make you
Wow.
accomplish whatever you do. Whether you want to be a doctor, practice my Dewey 6 D's every day in what you do, and you'll become a great doctor and have a lot of clients and make a lot of money. You want to be an
Brilliant.
actress, practice those 6 D's. You want to be a fighter, an athlete, football player, soccer player, practice those D's, and you will do it. Because dedication, determination, discipline, devotion, desire, and drive are all components and characteristics that you got to have to become great at what you do.
Brilliant. Brilliant. And if you could just run through us your 6 Ds with a short example, big brother, because these 6 Ds, I'm going to introduce this at my classes. Do 6 Ds
Yes.
with your permission. May I?
Oh, yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Just remember, I call it Dewey's 6 D's to Destiny. We all, at some point, maybe when we were kids, maybe in our adult life, we have a dream of getting to some certain point in our lives where we feel like, I've made it. We call that our destiny. My destiny is to become king or to win an Oscar or whatever. Just be the best employee at the job, whatever it is. The best teacher, which is a very important destiny.
Absolutely.
Whatever it is. You just use these characteristics. Dedication. We all know what dedication means, but when you're dedicated to something, you're gonna do it. You're gonna work at it, no matter how hard it becomes. The problem I notice with a lot of young people,
Yep.
they want to do things, but they're not dedicated, because when it gets
True.
hard, they want to switch to other things. Uh, if you're dedicated to something, it can't get hard enough. You're going to be dedicated to it, and you're going to keep going no matter what. Discipline. Discipline is knowing that, you have to have a certain mind state towards whatever you're aiming for. Um, Things may get hard. You may get busy. You may want to go out and indulge with your friends.
Yep.
But if you have a test tomorrow morning, you can't be out dancing all night. You have to go home and rest and study.
True.
So discipline is a very important component also, because you have to know when to focus on the matter at hand, focus on your dreams, focus on your destiny. And discipline is a very hard one to stay on course with, especially with young people, because there's so many things trying to distract you and pull you different places.
Absolutely.
Devotion. Devotion is just like dedication, but devotion, if you're devoted to something, you're going to do it whether it's a big reward or not. You're devoted. You're devoted to your mom. You're devoted to your dad. You're going to carry their last name forever. So devotion is just deeper than dedication. You're devoted to it. No matter how it turns, that's what you want to do. Desire. Desire is that burning passion in you, that flame can't be dimmed. If you desire something, you're willing to bleed for it. You're willing to get tired for it. You're willing to lose sleep for it. You know what I mean? All these things mean something different. We got dedication, determination. No matter how hard it gets, you just keep pushing. All your friends are saying, no, you can't do it. You can't do it. Perfect example was Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
He grew up in Cameroon. No fight around. MMA doesn't exist in Cameroon. He had a dream to become a boxing champion. There wasn't a boxing gym anywhere in his whole half of the country. He had nowhere to train. At 26 years old, he gets up and leaves his country to follow his dream. This is determination. When there's not a way, you make a way. You get uncomfortable making that way, because at the end of the day, it's about the destiny you want to accomplish. So we did dedication, determination, discipline. We did devotion. We did desire. The last one was drive. Drive is that fuel that pushes you no matter what. If you have to do a 20-page essay in one day, you're going to stay up all night to do it. You have the drive to do whatever it takes to achieve what you want. All these characteristics are very important. They're all the same, but they're all slightly different, because if you lack one of these characteristics, if things get hard for you, you will quit. You will find a way to make up an excuse to stop doing it. And that's just not what successful people do. Imagine if Francis Ngannou, the current UFC champion, said when he left Cameroon and got to France, he was homeless in Paris. What if he would have said, just too hard, I'm here by myself, I can't do it, and went back home and started working in the mines, digging dirt, shoveling dirt for the rest of his life? Drive is as important as every other component in order to accomplish your destiny, man. Because one thing about life, and you know, Mr. Watson, life is hard at times, and only the strong will persevere and conquer those moments. And when I say strong, I'm not talking about, how much weight you lift. I'm talking about psychologically, spiritually, hopefully strong. That's what it takes. It takes something inside you to keep pushing you, no matter how hard something becomes. And I just happen to call it Dewey 6Ds to Destiny. I promise you, I promise all your students, write those 6Ds down and practice them in whatever you want to do every day, and you will become successful. You will become successful. you will reach your destination, no matter what it be. I promise you that.
Absolutely.
I'm a witness of it, by the way. Practice those
Absolutely.
D's my entire, and I'm at a point where things are good. I'm in a destiny where I dreamt about at the age of 12 right now. So it definitely works. And I'm not special. I'm just strong-minded and have a big heart and have the dedication to push myself beyond my limits and don't make excuses for failures. If there's failures will come, but they're nothing. These are just things that make us better people, that gives us more character and gives us a more complete perspective. And as long as you don't quit, you can be a winner. The old cliche saying, it's a very cliche saying, uh, uh, losers never win and winners never quit. That's a true statement, I assure you.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very inspiring, big brother. I honestly, I didn't know about the 60s until today. Thank you very much for this. And I'm sure this is going to help not only me, it's going to help a lot of students. So I'm going to publish this on LinkedIn and our YouTube channel. And I'm going to offer a free copy of this Dewey 6 days. Going to offer it to the students, and I'm going to help them with that. So this is going to be, it's going to benefit a lot of people actually. It's going to benefit a lot of people, not only my students and people who see that, because we have seen many theories and so many things, but some of them don't work. I mean, it's not practical, but
But
your
just
sure. And your 6 Ds,
just remember, it's Dewey 6 D's to 6 D's to destiny. That's the important part. 6 D's to destiny. Those D's will get you to your desired destiny. That's the important part of that. Don't forget about the word destiny, because we all have certain destinies in our minds. And if we practice and really work those 6 D's into accomplishing it, it will become much easier, and it definitely will become possible.
absolutely, big brother, absolutely. These 6 Ds, because this is, I mean, it's real motivation. It's real
Yes.
motivation, this. And I have read many of your quotes on Instagram. I have followed it. Very inspiring, a lot. And with your permission, I can take some of these quotes, and I can all, because I'm very active on LinkedIn, and I could always show these quotes by Dewey Cooper, and I can always tell that to my students, and I could explain it to them, because you motivate us a lot, and you made Francis Ngannou who he is today. It's your coaching, it's your talent, and Kevin Lee, he's a phenomenal martial artist, and you did that. You did, yeah, and you have done a lot for many and many students. So the list goes on and on and on. It'll keep on piling up. So we really
Well, I help these guys. Hopefully, I'm a tool to help these guys get better. I wouldn't say I did it, but I helped them in some way become a greater version of themselves. That's one thing a good coach does. A good coach could take anybody and make them a better version of themselves. And I think that's one thing I'm gifted at doing, and that's what I want to continue to do.
that's the way, I mean, a real teacher and a coach should be. And many things which I'm still learning. I'm still learning a lot of things, but there are a lot of things that I can learn from you. So I'm still.
And one thing I'll say now, a lot of people don't know, I live in Las Vegas. It's a party city, crazy things go on here. But
Mhm.
I think it's very important for people to know I lead by example. I'm one of these guys who lead by example. I don't drink any alcohol at
Wow.
all. I've never smoked. I never smoked in my life. Not a cigarette, not marijuana, nothing. I've never smoked. I don't drink any alcohol, no wines, no champagnes, none of that. After Francis Ngannou just won the UFC heavyweight title,
Huh?
everyone, we went to this party in a hotel suite, and it was great. Everyone did their cheers with champagne. I was drinking Sprite, soda,
Wow.
Sprite. I don't drink alcohol under any circumstance. And these are parts that go into that discipline that I talked about. Not knocking anyone that do. It's okay if you're an adult, but I just don't choose to do those things because I'm a coach, I'm a teacher, I'm a leader. I don't want my guys going out getting drunk all night to where they can't come perform the next day. These are all things that has to do with discipline. That's why I don't do them. If this were the 1600s and you had kingdom versus kingdom, I want to be the type of king that leads the troops and fights first. I don't want to be the king sitting back there watching people die, you know. So I don't do any things. I don't do anything that's gonna derail me of my goals every day. And I think that's important for people to know. They see dreadlocks and pierced lips and and think we're partying or
Yeah.
not professional. We're very professional at what we do. I'm very professional, and I live this. This is 100% my life, and I have a daughter. You already talked about. I can't be drinking and smoking in front of my daughter and not want her to do it. So you have to lead by example, and we have to be the example for the youth. If we're not being the example for the youth, the proper example, that's when the youth does crazy things. They're drinking too young. They're doing drugs. Yeah. They're having accidents because they were under the influence of things. We must live a clean life also too. And I just want to share that with the people. That's very important. Not knocking anyone that does it, but you know, I don't do that. I feel if you do those type of things, you lack one of Dewey's D's. You lack the discipline part of the Dewey 6 D's to destiny. And all that stuff is very important.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and you cover the main areas, lead by example. So we really appreciate you, big brother, taking your precious, valuable time ahead of a fight and advising us so much. We thank you so much from Ceylon Institute of English and Leadership a lot, and we'll hope to see you soon, big brother, on another call. And any final thing you want to tell your fans around the world and yes, and our college students, our institute students?
Absolutely. All you college students, man, work hard. I know the school gets hard. I know it's very demanding, but you are built for it. The universe provides us with everything. We just have to find it, and it's there. So keep going hard, stay motivated, utilize your inner passion to accomplish your dreams, and you'll get there. Also, you're in Sri Lanka. I have a really good friend, one of my closest friends who lives in India. Siraj Gupta. So if he's watching this or if he sees this, Siraj, I will see you soon, my brother. I'm looking forward to going to India and all of that. I'm looking forward to that. So all the people out there, if you're on Instagram, please follow me. My Instagram is DC Black Cobra. And you guys are aware of the Cobra. I'm the Black, but I spell Cobra with a K. So it's DC Black, BLACK, Cobra, KOBRA. Follow me at DC Black Cobra. If message me if you're having problems with something, I can try to give you some advice to help you out. Thank you for having me, and till next time.
Thank you so much, big brother. Till next time, and when you go to India, don't forget to come to Sri Lanka. We'd like to have you live on one of our classes.
Yes. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.